Savannah Craven Antao, I guess she's an interviewer. And so she's in New York City, because I can tell by the street, that's the Harlem, because I lived in Harlem. And she's interviewing this girl. This girl comes up to her and says, hey, what are you guys interviewing for?
You have a channel? Yeah, we're doing some interviews today.
We're talking about pro-life, abortion, all of this stuff. So she's interviewing her. And at first, the girl she's interviewing is kind of a big chick, man. I think she's from the Bronx. So you already know what time it is. She's from the Bronx. I lived in the Bronx, too. I've lived in Harlem, the Bronx. I lived in the Bronx. And when someone says they from the Bronx, listen, know who you talking to, okay? So she starts interviewing them, and then they start getting a little, going back and forth about pro-life and anti-abortion, and they're going back and forth. Then it gets a little heated. And I'm not going to front that the interviewer, she was getting a little condescending, though. She was going, oh, you're talking about killing babies.
I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused. That's not the point.
She's just kind of comfortable laying back, kind of pissing the girl off. She was being a little condescending, though. And all of a sudden, the other girl, the big girl from the Bronx was like, yo, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? How can you? Bop, bop, bop. She fucking mollywopped her ass. She gave her a 2-piece with a large order of fries, a Coke, apple pie, a biscuit, and she hit her like a boxer. This girl was bleeding so bad, she needed a corner man in those boxing rings. When the corner man be like this, come on, you're using your left too much. You're using your left. You got to duck. You got to slip the jab, and you got to use the right. She needed one of them Latin dudes going, come on, izquierda, no es mano, es peligroso, no es rápido. Yeah, she was bloodied up and shit, and I think she went on Fox to talk about it. I think she might be a Trumper. You got to know who you're talking to. Read the room. I don't think she should have gotten hit. That was a much, because that girl's going to get in trouble. That girl's in trouble. And this is how I knew she was from the Bronx to New York. She goes, suck my dick. When a girl says, suck my dick, she's from the boroughs. After she hit her, she said, suck my dick. That is some hood-ass shit, son. And then she's in the cab. The girl's bleeding. The cab said, this girl, she just hit me. She didn't explain her side. But you got to read the room. It was a real accurate hit. I think that woman has knocked bitches out before. I believe that. But listen, she should never have done that. That was assault. That's assault. But this chick was real condescending and sitting back, putting words in her mouth and shit like that. So it's like, you don't know me like that. That's why New Yorkers be like, yo, whose mans is this right here? Yo, get the fuck out of here, yo. That's what she was like. Yo, get the fuck out of here, for real. I told you I was from the Bronx. You see, that's that shit. You got that mouth and shit, that Trump supporting shit. Trump got you sticking your chest out. That's real talk. I know next time she does an interview, especially in New York, Savannah Craven's going to be dressed like Craven the Hunter with a helmet and a mouthpiece. That's what I know. Whoo! Next time you better duck or slip the jab or something.